morning student, and today we will discuss the physical chemistry because we have completed the second part of the chemistry, that is the organic part. The rest part we will discuss after the completions of the first part of the chemistry. And the first chapter is the solid state, because in this year the solid state added in your syllabus, and last year we have also discussed in the class 11 the solid state, that full chapter. But in this year solid state again added into the syllabus of the chemistry, and the first lessons of the physical chemistry or the first paper of the chemistry is the solid state. But some revised syllabus is given by the CBSE, and some part of the solid state have been replaced or reduced from the syllabus. That is the electrical property, magnetic property, band theory, semiconductor. These topics have been reduced from your syllabus. So basically we will discuss about the classifications of solid state, packing in the solid, as well as the density of solid, radius ratio, and the packing efficiency in the case of the SCC, BCC and FCC. So first we will discuss about the solid. Actually it's a very familiar term you have to read in the lower classes. That is solid. They have the definite mass, volume and the shape. Their constituent particles are strongly attracted to each other. They are compactly close packed in their structure. Very less compressible, or you can say incompressibles. And the intermolecular force particles like the atom molecules or ions, that is the their property, you can say that their constituent particles have fixed positions in their space. So solid, that is the definite mass, volume and shape, that is called the solid. And the true solid is the three-dimensional. Today we will discuss about the classifications of solid and the classifications of the crystalline of solid. So one thing is clear: solid, they are compactly closed packed structure. Their constituent particle have the fixed position and oscillate only on the mean positions, having the strong force of attraction and incompressibles. So solid basically, on the basis of their arrangement of constituent particle, are of two types. This is crystalline solid and the amorphous solid. Crystalline solid further classified into the four types. This is molecular solid, and the ionic solid, metallic solid, and the last one the covalent or the network solid. Later we discuss. So first solid on the basis of their arrangement of the atoms, it is classified into two forms, or you can say solid are of two types. This is crystalline solid and amorphous solids. This is amorphous solid. And the crystalline solid, this is classified on the basis of regular arrangement of their constituent particle. Crystalline solid, first of all discuss about the crystalline solid. This solid having the regular arrangement of their constituent particle, having the fixed positions, completely closed packed structure, and the long range of order. Long range order means their property repeated itself periodically. That is called the long range order, having the sharp melting point, and in a crystals their constituent particle have the fixed position, fixed geometry. So such type of solid having the regular arrangement of their constituent particle in their crystal is called the crystalline solid. Is it clear? Crystalline solid are those solid in which the constituent arrange themselves in a regular pattern, or you can say regular manner throughout the crystals, and having definite geometrical shape and fixed positions, having the sharp melting point and long range of order. Long range order means their property repeated itself periodically in the crystals. Just like the sodium chloride and quartz is the examples of the crystals or crystalline solid, that is true solid. Whereas the amorphous solid is the somewhat different to the crystalline solid, and it is taken from the Greek word omar. Omar means no form or shapeless. So haphazard manner of arrangement of their constituent particle, such type of solid is called the amorphous solid. There is no fixed positions of atom and molecules or their constituent particle. Just like very simple examples, you will see that when a stone thrown on the glass, or you have to be seen in case of the bus or the mirror of the bus, whenever a stone thrown on the mirror of the bus, you will see it is ruptured all over the part, not as the solid, just like I am distracting this at a particular place. But when the mirror or the glass of the bus, when you throw a stone, it is ruptured all over the part, distracted all over the part. Why? Because all the particles are scattered, having no regular arrangement. So they are distracted all over sides. So the solid which have the no form, are formless, are shapeless, such solid is called the amorphous solid, and taken from the Greek word omar, means no form or the shapeless. And most of the property, or most of the case, it resemble to the liquid state at room temperature, having the flowing tendency. So for this reason, amorphous solid is called the pseudo solid or the super cooled liquid. Just like when you heated the glass, rubber, or the glass, rubber is the examples of the amorphous solid. So when you heated the glass, it is soft, it is liquefy and flowing tendency, so just like the liquid. So this is the region, it is kept in intermediate position between the solid state and the liquid state. So for this region, it is called the super cooled liquid. The amorphous solid is called the super cooled liquid, or it is placed intermediate between the solid state and the liquid state. So one thing clear: solid having the fixed shape, mass and volume, intermolecular force of attraction is strong, incompressibles, and the fixed positions of their particles and oscillate only on the mean positions. On the basis of arrangement of their constituent particle, solid are classified in two forms: crystalline solid, which is the true solid, that is the regular pattern of arrangement of their constituent particle in the three-dimensional space, having the large number of crystals in the crystalline solid, and their pattern is well arranged, fixed geometry, oscillate only on the mean positions, and the short melting point, long range of order. So these are the property of the crystalline solid, that is regular arrangement. Just like sodium chloride and quartz is the examples of the crystalline solid. Whereas the amorphous solid, it is haphazard manner, there is no regular arrangement of their constituent particle, it is scattered all over the body, and the formless or the shapeless is taken from the Greek word omar. It resembles in most of the property to the liquid state because having the flowing tendency, and due to this reason it is called the pseudo solid or the super cooled liquid. Whenever the glass is heated, it is flowing tendency shown, just like the liquid. So far it is kept or placed in between the intermediate position between the solid or the liquid state. It means it is not the true solid. So this is the simple two types of the solid: crystalline solid and the amorphous solid. And further we will discuss the classifications of the crystalline solid. Now classifications of crystalline solid. Crystalline solid are of four types. This is molecular solid, first one. Molecular solid. Second one, ionic solid. Third, metallic solid. And fourth one, covalent or network solid. So these are the four types of the crystalline solid: molecular solid, ionic solid, metallic solid, and covalent or network solid. Is it clear? Molecular solid further classified into three types. This is non-polar molecular solid, non-polar molecular solid. Second one, polar molecular solid. Polar molecular solid. Third one, hydrogen bonded solid. Hydrogen bonded solid. So this is the solid. This is definite mass, volume and shape. Volume and shape. And it is of two types, crystalline solid. That is the regular arrangement of the constituent particles. Amorphous solid is taken from the Greek word omar. Omar means no form or shapeless. We have already discussed crystalline solid and the amorphous solid. This is true solid. It is not the true solid. Glass, examples: glass, rubber, plastic, etc. are the examples of the amorphous solid. The examples of the crystalline solid, just like the sodium chloride, quartz, are the examples of the crystalline solid. It is also called the true solid. This is the true solid in the 3 dimension. All the two 3-dimensional solid, or you can say true solid is the 3-dimensional. Is it clear? All the true solid is the 3-dimensional. So now we are coming the classifications of the crystalline solid. This is first one, molecular solid. What is means of molecular solid? Actually, in this case, the constituent particles are molecules. Very simple. Try to understand. In this case, molecular solid, that is the constituent particles are the molecules, and it is further classified into the non-polar, polar, and the hydrogen bonded molecular solid. So non-polar molecular solid means, in this case, their constituent particles are the atoms or molecules. Atoms like the inert gas like the helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Molecules like the non-polar, just like hydrogen, chlorine, methane, etc. Is it clear? Which type of the atom constituent particle form the non-polar molecular solid? This is the atoms or molecules. Atoms like the inert gases are the zero group gas, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. And the non-polar molecule like hydrogen, chlorine, methane, etc. So these form the non-polar molecular solid, and the very weak dispersion force acting in between their molecules. Very weak London force are the dispersion force acting between the molecules. In this case, momentarily, just like the helium, another is helium, just like here the positive charge nucleus and electron. This is nucleus, electron and the nucleus. Momentarily, it is possible that this electron comes in the influence of the nucleus of the first helium. So very weak intermolecular force of attraction, that is the London force or the dispersion force acting between the molecules. And at normal temperature, it exists as a gases and having no conductivity. There is no electrical conductivity because there is no free electron for the movement, for the transmission. So it is bad conductor, such type of, and at normal temperature or room temperature, it is just as a gaseous state. And one thing also keep in mind, this non-polar molecular solid acting to each other momentarily, this electron comes in the influence of this nucleus of the another heliums. So this is weak force of attraction. This is the region having the low melting point of this heliums or the non-polar molecular solid. So one thing is clear, this is non-polar, momentarily that is the interaction developed between these two. Which type of the force? London force or the, you can say this is the interaction, that is London force or the dispersion force. Low melting point, bad conductor, because there is no free electron for the movement. Second one, this is polar molecular solid. This type of molecular solid exists in between, just like HCl. HCl. In case of HCl, you will see this is plus, their molecules having the plus minus and plus minus. This is plus minus in this way, minus plus. So this way their molecules are attracted to each other. This is for negative positive, negative positive, negative positive. Means polar molecule having the molecules are polar in nature. Polar means having the partial positive and partial negative charge. But this force of interaction is also very weak, and however it is comparatively more stronger as compared to the first form of the molecular solid, to the non-polar molecular solid. It has higher boiling point as compared to the higher melting point as compared to the first non-polar molecular solid, and it has also low melting point, but greater than the non-polar molecular solid. So polar molecule having the polar molecules like the HCl having the partial negative and partial positive charge, and they are interacted to each other, and it has also low melting point but greater than the non-polar molecular solid. Is it clear? As their melting and boiling point are not so high, they also exist as a gaseous or the liquid state at the room temperature. Is it clear? Third one, this is hydrogen bonded molecular solid. What is hydrogen bonded molecular solid? The molecule of such solid contain polar covalent bond, that is hydrogen bonded with the more electronegative atom like the fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen, and form the solid which have the greater force of attraction as compared to the first two molecular solid, non-polar and the polar molecular solid. So hydrogen form the strong hydrogen bonding with the more electronegative atom like the oxygen, fluorine and the nitrogen, and this solid at normal temperature exist as a solid or the liquid and greater melting point as compared to the first two part of the molecular solid. Is it clear? So there are three types of the molecular solid. Molecular, in this case the constituent particle are molecule. First one, non-polar molecule. In this case the constituent particles are the atoms or molecules. Atoms like the zero group of the element like the helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, and the molecules like the non-polar molecules, hydrogen, chlorine and CH4 etc., and they are momentarily bonded to each other with a very weak intermolecular force of attraction. This is called the London force or the dispersion force. Due to this reason it has low melting point and the bad conductor of electricity, because there is no free electron for the movement. Another form of the molecular solid is the polar molecular solid. Polar molecular solid having the charge positive on their molecule like the HCl and the HCl which the force of attraction greater as compared to the first part of the non-polar molecular solid, and it is also exist as a liquid gaseous state or the liquid state at the room temperature and the pressure. Third one, hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Hydrogen bonded formation takes place between the hydrogen and more electronegative atom like the fluorine, oxygen and the nitrogen. So they form the giant molecule of covalent compound, and it exists as a solid state or liquid state at normal temperature and pressure, and it has high melting point, relatively high melting point as compared to the first two part of the molecular solid. Now next one, the ionic solid. Ionic solid, obviously clear that in this solid the constituent particle are cation and the anion, and it has the compactly closed pack structure due to strong electrostatic force of attraction between the cation and the anions. And the constituent particle, one thing is clear, cation and anion, and the solid this solid is hard, brittle and brittle in nature and having high melting point and the boiling point. They are electrically insulator in the solid state, but show conductivity in the liquid state as well as the molten state. So this is they are soluble in water and show conductivity because in the ionic in nature. So you can say that the ionic solid is the stronger solid as compared to the molecular solid because their constituent particles are the cation and anion. In the solid state it is brittle in nature, hard, and in the solid state it is the bad conductor because all the cation and anion are completely closed packed, but it is dissolved in water because water is also polar in nature and so the conductivity. So this is called the ionic solid. Is it clear? Just like sodium chloride is the ionic solid. Next one, metallic solid. What is metallic solid? Actually, metallic solid is the in which the constituent particles are the metal ion and their electrons. Just like the metal ions M plus and their electrons. M plus and their electron. And these electrons are mobile in the crystals and so the conductivity. So in case of the metallic solid, it is the C of the constituent metal ion and their electron to all over the crystals. I repeat it. In the case of the metallic solid, the constituent particles are the metal ion and their electron in their crystals. This is the C of the metal ion and their electron. And it shows the conductivity because movement of electron takes place, and it has also strong electrostatic, strong force of attraction between the metal ion and their electrons. Next one, covalent or the network solid. Covalent, just like these are the crystalline solid in which the constituent particles are non-metals, or you can say non-metal atom linked to each other by the covalent bond. Just like in case of the carbon diamond. So carbon diamond is the joint molecules of the covalent network and very strong, very hard and the bad conductor of electricity because all the 4 electrons are engaged in the bond formation tetrahedrally. So covalent is the joint network of the joint molecules in which the covalently bonded atoms in their crystals, in their lattice. And another example is just like the carbon graphite. Carbon graphite is the conductor of electricity and in which also the carbon atom bonded to each other by the covalent bond. So these are the simple classifications of the solid. Solid are basically classified in 2 forms, crystalline solid and the amorphous solid. Crystalline solid is the true solid and in which their constituent particles are completely closed packed structure. They have the fixed proper definite positions and the fixed geometry. They oscillate only on the mean path, mean position, sharp melting point and the sharp melting point and high range of order. High range of order means they are periodically repeated in their functions. Whereas the amorphous solid, this is the haphazard manner and their constituent particles are not regularly arranged. They are also known as the omorph from the Greek word because there is no form or the shapeless. And it most of the property of this resemble to the liquid. So far it is called the pseudo solid or the super cold liquid and it is placed in between the solid state and the liquid state. Further crystalline solid are classified into the 4 forms. This is the molecular solid and the ionic solid, metallic solid and covalent or network solid. Molecular solid, they are further classified into the 3 forms. This is the first one, non-polar molecular solid, polar molecular solid and the next one the hydrogen bonded molecular solid. So molecular solid, this is obviously clear that their constituent particles are molecule and first one non-polar molecular solid, it means their constituent particle are atom or molecules. Atom like the non-polar atom which cannot be bonded to another atom like the 0 group of element helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon and non-polar molecule like the hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, methane etc. having weak intermolecular force of attraction. This is the dispersion force or the London force. Momentarily they are attracted to each other by the dispersion force and having the low melting point, bad conductor of electricity, exist as a gaseous state at the normal temperature and the pressure. Second one, the polar molecular solid in which the molecules like the HCl are polar in nature, having strong force of attraction as compared to the first molecular solid, but having low melting point and it is also exist as a gaseous state at the normal temperature and pressure. Third one, this is hydrogen bonded molecular solid, in which hydrogen bonded with the most electronegative element like the fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen, and form the network hydrogen bond, which have the stronger force of attraction as compared to the first two, and it has the higher melting point and exists as a solid state or the liquid state. Another, this is ionic solid, in which the constituent particle are the cation and anion, and you can say that is strong electrostatic force of attraction acting in between their constituent particle. They are hard, brittle in nature, and the bad conductor in solid state, but it is dissolved in the liquid water because of polar in nature, and so the conductivity in the molten state and the liquid state. Third one, metallic solid. Metallic solid is the sea of the metal ions and their electron, so it has also force of attraction, so conductivity, because their electron are moving in nature, move in all over the crystal. And the fourth one, this is the covalent or the network solid. In this case, that is the strong covalent bond formation takes place between and form the giant molecule, just like in case of the carbon diamond, carbon graphite, in which carbon atom are covalently bonded and form a giant molecule of network. And it is the bad conductor because all 4 electron bonded to the another carbon atom, whereas the carbon graphite is the conductor because out of 4 only 3 electron participate in bond formation, 1 is free for the conductivity. So these are the simple classifications of the solid, and next one we will discuss about the isotropy, anisotropy, as well as the space lattice and the density and packing efficiency. Thank you.